Welcome on the Pure Wisdom ones. If your birthday falls on certain dates, you may have amazing abilities and a unique destiny. What if I told you that your birthday may be the key to discovering your actual purpose? Throughout history, some birth dates have been associated with extraordinary skills and outcomes. You may be asking what precisely constitutes a chosen one. Don't worry, we'll get to it. But first, I want you to consider the possibilities that exist outside our current understanding of reality. The idea of selected ones is not new. It has been a component of human spirituality and mythology for thousands of years. So grab a pen and paper because you'll need to take notes. By the conclusion of this film, you may realize that you are one of these unique people destined to play an important part in the magnificent fabric of life. Let us begin by clarifying what we mean by chosen ones. Throughout history, societies throughout the globe have believed in people with unique spiritual abilities or destiny. In ancient Greece, oracles were believed to be selected by the gods. According to Native American legend, spirits choose shamans. Even contemporary faiths see prophets and saints as divinely ordained. However, being selected does not imply having fewer abilities or being superior to others. It's about having a distinct spiritual awareness and purpose. You could be more aware of the universe's hidden forces. Alternatively, you might have an instinctive capacity to lead and inspire people. In today's environment, the notion of selected ones has changed. It's less about being chosen by a god and more about realizing and appreciating your own spiritual power. You see, we all have a divine spark inside us, a chosen. Wants to have a brighter flame. You may be thinking that this seems a little far-fetched, and that's okay. Skepticism is good, but I urge you to retain an open mind as we move forward. Because whether or not you believe in destiny, comprehending these principles may lead to significant personal development and self-discovery. Being selected isn't about superiority, but rather about duty. It's about using your unique talents to make the world a better place. And who knows? You could be one of these unique people. Now let's look at how your birth date may reveal your selected one status. We'll begin with the astrological importance of birth dates, a tradition that has existed for thousands of years. You are undoubtedly acquainted with your zodiac sign, right? However, astrology goes far deeper than that. The precise position of the planets at the time of your birth might result in a distinct, energetic imprint. Think of it as a cosmic fingerprint. Each zodiac sign lasts around 30 days, although there are some dates that are very significant. These are often linked to the transition between signs or certain planetary alignments. For example, if you were born on the cusp of Aries and Taurus between April 19th and 21st, you may represent Aries' fiery initiative as well as Taurus' solid resolve. This distinctive combination may distinguish you as a chosen one, uniquely qualified to guide others during times of transition. Consider a date such as November 11th in numerology, which we will cover more later. This date reduces to the master number 11. In astrology, it is often seen in Scorpio, a sign connected with metamorphosis and spiritual death. If today is your birthday, you may be a chosen one with a special ability for guiding people through great personal changes. Remember, however, that astrology is a difficult subject. It is not only about your sun sign. The positions of the moon, Venus, Mars, and other planets all have an impact. That's why some dates may be so important. They reflect unusual and strong planetary alignments. Don't worry if this looks overwhelming. The idea is to be conscious of these influences and how they may affect your spiritual journey. Your birth date serves as a blueprint of your potential. It is up to you to go on this voyage. Let's take a deeper look into numerology and birth dates. This ancient technique attaches mystical importance to numbers, and your birth date contains many of them. In numerology, you can get your life path number by adding up all of the numbers in your birthday and reducing them to a single digit. For example, if you were born on June 15th, 1990, 6 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 0 equals 31, and 3 plus 1 equals 4. Your life path number would be 4. Each life path number has its own spiritual significance. A life path might signify a selected one destined for leadership. A life path of 7 might indicate a spiritual seeker and instructor. But here is when things become very fascinating. Certain birth dates correspond to master numbers 11, 22, and 33. If your birth date matches one of these, you may be a chosen one with increased spiritual awareness and potential. For example, November 29th, which is 1129, is reduced to 11, yet 11 remains as a master number. Those born on this day may be visionaries capable of inspiring others and connecting the material and spiritual realms. Or consider February 22nd. This date is related with the master number 22, also known as the master builder. If this is your birth date, you may be a chosen one with the ability to make great aspirations a reality, developing structures and methods to help mankind. However, numerology is not limited to your life path number. The day you were born also has importance. Individuals born on the first of any month may be natural leaders. A 9th birthday might represent a humanitarian chosen one. Let's look at some particular birth dates that may suggest you're the chosen one. Remember that this is not an entire list, and each birthday has its own unique potential. First, let us examine January 1st. If it's your birthday, you can be a chosen one with a specific purpose of fresh starts. You are born on the first day of the year, which symbolizes new beginnings and initiation. You may find yourself regularly in settings where you are beginning new ventures or assisting people through significant life transitions. Your goal is to keep your excitement and help others recognize the possibilities in new circumstances. Next, we have February 29th, an unusual birth date that only occurs in leap years and may designate you as a chosen one with unique timing. You may discover that you often arrive at the right location at the right time, or that you have an unusual capacity to identify critical occasions. Your task is to trust your intuition and assist others in identifying significant possibilities. Moving on to March 21st, the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere. If today is your birthday, you may be the chosen one entrusted with restoring equilibrium. This day represents the balance between day and night, and you may find yourself resolving problems or assisting others in finding harmony in their life. Your task is to keep your own equilibrium while helping others. July 7th is an important day in numerology. 7 is a very spiritual number. If today is your birthday, you might be a chosen one with a strong connection to the magical worlds. You may have exceptional psychic talents or a natural affinity for spiritual disciplines. Your task is to use these spiritual ideas in daily life. October 10th corresponds to the number 1 in numerology, which represents fresh beginnings and leadership. If this is your birth date, you may be a chosen one, meant to guide others into new paradigms or ways of thinking. You can find yourself at the vanguard of new trends or ideas. Your task is to utilize your influence wisely while being open to feedback from others. Another significant day is December 21st, when the Northern Hemisphere experiences its winter solstice. If today is your birthday, you might be a chosen one charged with bringing light into dark circumstances, just as this day indicates the eventual return of longer days. You may find yourself spontaneously boosting people or bringing hope during tough times. Your task is to keep your inner light even when surrounded by negativity. Finally, let us examine December 31st, which is the final day of the year. You could be the selected one who can see things through to completion. You may have a gift for closing up loose ends or assisting others in finding closure. Your problem is to choose when to let go and when to persevere. Here are only a few instances. Every birth date has its own distinct energy and potential. The idea is to think about the significance of your birth date and how it could connect to your life experiences and inherent abilities. If you've associated with any of these birth dates or ideas, you may be wondering what it means to be a chosen one. What are my responsibilities? What should I do? First and foremost, remember that being selected does not imply superiority over others. It refers to having a certain set of spiritual talents and obligations. You aren't better than everyone else. You are just prepared for a certain mission as a selected one. Your main obligation is to cultivate and use your particular abilities for the greater benefit. This might include personal development activities such as meditation or self-reflection in order to fully understand and use your strengths. It frequently necessitates getting out of your comfort zone and seeing problems as chances for progress. You may be naturally attracted to positions that allow you to advise or inspire others. This might apply to your profession, personal connections, or community activity. Pay heed to these tendencies. They might be pointing in the direction of your goal. Another important role is to preserve equilibrium. Many chosen ones are particularly sensitive to the energy around them. It is critical to understand how to safeguard and purify your own energy so that you may continue to help others without becoming exhausted. You have a duty to seek and share the truth with others. This does not imply you have all of the solutions. Far from it. It signifies you're devoted to lifelong learning and sharing your discoveries in a manner that helps others discover their own truth. Finally, remember that being selected does not imply perfection. It's about making progress for yourself and the people around you. Embrace your humanity. Learn from your errors and keep progressing on your spiritual journey. So, how do you enter into your position as a chosen one? It begins with acceptance. Accept your unique talents without ego or false humility. Recognize that you have something unique to give the world. Next, commit to your spiritual development. This might include frequent meditation, writing, or energy work. Find habits that are meaningful to you and incorporate them into your daily routine. Remember that your spiritual abilities are like muscles that strengthen with constant usage. Seek knowledge and wisdom. Read spiritual writings, attend seminars, or find a mentor to help you, but always follow your own instincts. As a chosen one, you have inner knowledge that will guide you in deciding what is best for you. Practice awareness in your everyday life. Pay attention to synchronicities, recurring numbers, and other indicators that may be helping you along your journey. The world often communicates in subtle ways. Connect with people who are on a similar path. This might be accomplished via spiritual communities, internet forums, or just sharing your experiences with others who share your beliefs. Remember, even as a chosen one, you are not supposed to travel this journey alone. Finally, search for methods to serve others. Your contributions are intended to be shared. This does not need to be large or spectacular. Small gestures of compassion in ordinary life might be the most profound acts of service. Accepting your chosen one status is a lifelong process. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your progress and believe in the development of your own spiritual journey. Challenges faced by the chosen. Being the chosen one is not always simple. During your spiritual path, you may encounter unique hurdles. Understanding this will allow you to travel more successfully. One typical difficulty is feeling different or being misunderstood. Your heightened sensitivity or spiritual awareness may distinguish you from others. This may occasionally cause emotions of loneliness or isolation. Remember that it's acceptable to be different. Your distinctiveness is part of your contribution to the world. You may also suffer with doubt. Am I really exceptional? Or am I deluding myself? These ideas are natural. The trick is to not let them immobilize you. Instead, keep going ahead, improving, and allowing your actions to speak for themselves. Many chosen ones struggle to strike a balance between their spiritual and practical tasks. You may feel conflicted between your larger purpose and your daily responsibilities. Strive for integration rather than alienation. Your spiritual abilities may enlighten and improve every aspect of your life. Another typical concern is feeling overwhelmed by your apparent fate. Remember that you do not have to rescue the world alone. Focus on the tiny, positive adjustments you can make every day. Others may also express skepticism or criticism. Not everyone will understand or embrace your spiritual journey. That is all right. Stay loyal to yourself while keeping respectful of others' ideas. Finally, selected ones often have the issue of being humble. It's important to appreciate your talents without allowing your ego to take control. Stay grounded in thankfulness and remember that your abilities are designed to serve, not to raise you above others. Skepticism and critique. It is normal and beneficial to approach these thoughts with a skeptical mindset. Critical thinking is an essential component of any spiritual journey. You could be wondering whether this is simply wishful thinking. Am I really selected, or am I simply wanting to feel special? These are genuine questions. The notion of selected ones is not scientifically proven. This is a spiritual belief, and like all faiths, it is personal. What counts is if these concepts connect with you and drive you to develop and make a constructive contribution to the world. You may face criticism from individuals who may not share your values. That is all right. You don't have to persuade anybody. Your route is your own. Remember that being selected does not imply superiority over others. It is about identifying and developing your unique ability to contribute to the world. Whether or not you believe in the notion of chosen ones, the activities we've discussed, self-reflection, personal development, and service to others, are beneficial to everyone. Finally, what counts most is not whether you made an official decision, but how you choose to live your life. Are you looking to expand? Want to better understand yourself? To have a favorable influence? If so, you're on the correct track, whether you choose one or not. As we wrap up our look into chosen ones and birth dates, keep in mind that your spiritual path is unique to you. Whether your birth date matches those we've covered or not, you have the capacity to have a significant effect on the world. The ultimate mark of a chosen one is not a certain birth date, but a dedication to personal development and service to others. It is about discovering and nourishing the divine spark inside yourself and others to effect good change. So, choose one or not. Accept your unique talents. Trust your instincts, and most importantly, utilize your life to spread light and love over the globe. Now I'd love to hear from you. Please share your birth date and any insights you learned from this video in the comment section below. If you found this material useful, please like and subscribe for more spiritual stuff. Remember that your path of self-discovery is just starting. Embrace it completely